You all ready?
Yeah,
Well, as ready as you can be.
that's it.
Like normal then, as ready as you can be. I'll bombard you and then go about our day.
You'll get what you get.
Right, so episode 7. We was been away for a little while, haven't we? Because I've been on holiday. It's been a little time since the last one. But obviously the viewers, they won't see that because it just comes out whenever it comes out, doesn't it? So, well, this one I've made, it's a little bit shorter because it's a little bit more, I feel it's a little bit more punchier, as they say. So answer however you want to answer, and yeah.
Don't answer at all.
Or if you don't answer, you don't have to answer. It's you know how it goes at this point. So the first question that I have is, could you describe Nan through your eyes?
Which Nan?
As in Christine Cook. As the viewers know, your wife.
My wife.
Yeah. Describe her through your eyes. So for example, what she was like, etc. If someone was to ask you, describe me your wife.
She used to do all the things that I couldn't. She used to keep me under control. Yeah, she was good, and she used to look after everybody, not worry about herself so much.
Yeah.
And no, she was a good person. Better than me. Yeah, it was. She used to watch her nan when she was alive. She'd go and see her mum every night when we was after Papa died, and yeah, she was a good person. Oh, you don't get many of them nowadays.
What do you feel like you learnt from Nan?
Oh, that's a good one. You don't really know what you learn from her, or from anybody of the person you're living with, is because you do it because you want to. If you don't want to, you won't do it. So you learn things from them, they learn things from you, and it's nice to have somebody you can talk to if you want to.
Yeah.
You know, it's what I learned from her. I suppose patience. You know, because she was good. She used to look after her. We used to watch Nan. A great Nan that was.
Yeah.
And then Nan, her mum. We learnt things from her, which we used, and she was good. You know, she just lived with it and didn't argue very much. Just got her own back.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's.
So you wasn't very patient before you met her then?
Oh yeah, I was patient for certain things, but other things I wouldn't be patient for.
Yeah.
And she'd give me a rollicking for that. So you know, she was good for me. You know, it's
so almost a case of like grounding you. Is that a good way to say it? Like pulling you up on things that other people wouldn't have not really pulled you up on, but like,
yeah, I suppose you could say that.
Calling you out on your wrongs that you didn't realise that was a wrong.
If she thought he was wrong, she'd tell you.
Yeah.
You know, no matter who he was, she wasn't worried. She was like a great Nan.
Yeah.
No, her Nan.
So my great
you got Nan used to live over the back, and then that was her great grand. She used to live in Gordon Road, and but she was the same as her. If she wanted to say it, she'd say it.
Yeah.
You know, and she would say it. whether whoever it was liked it or not, she would say it. So
how do you feel she changed you? Like you as a person and also you as a man, how do you feel like she changed you?
both of them together, because one you can't do without the other one. And she would, in my changing me, you wouldn't notice it, because it was little things that you'd done or what little things that she said you would do without thinking, and then you might think about it 3 or 4 weeks later.
Yeah, like, oh, she managed to make me do that. Like,
Yeah.
which I'd never done before.
Yeah, that's it. You know, and it was, that was her attitude of life, you know, and I used to take it. She was the one that, you know, basically controlled the family, really, you could say.
Yeah.
You know,
She kept...
it's like being in the 1940s, 45s, where Mum controlled the home and the people that lived in it, and the old boy went out to work and done as he was told.
Yeah.
And that's what we used to do.
So she kept the house in order. If that makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah. And anybody else's that were playing up.
That come along and...
Yeah, and she thought that they might need having a word with, shall we say. But yeah, she was a good person. You know, better than me, I suppose. You don't look at it like that, though. You look at it as a pair.
Yeah.
And you do one thing, she'll do the other. And it's how you live. You give and take. You don't say, well, I'm the boss, or she's the boss. You don't do it, because you'll never get on if you do.
Well, that's the thing, everyone has their imperfections, but it's just finding the person whose imperfections fit right into yours. It's like having a puzzle in it. It's like a big puzzle, and then you got to find the right one that's going to fit into that little piece.
Yeah, you've got to be compatible with one another. You know, you don't have to do everything they say, or you say, or they say. Then you find a compromise between the two.
Yeah.
And that's when people get divorced and that, and they kick on, because one is more dominant than what the other one is.
Yeah.
But there should always be a way of working around it. And if you don't find it, well, that's it. You won't.
And people have to be open enough to, and well, comfortable as well. Well, they should be comfortable enough in a relationship to have that conversation with the other person.
Yeah.
To be able to say that that's not right, or I don't agree with that, or would you be able to help do this, or that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Some people, it is quite sad in the sense that some people don't feel like they can even
That's it.
ask their other half to do
Yeah.
something, or have that sit-down conversation, or even have a conversation over dinner and just discuss something.
Yeah. Yeah, you've got to give and take all the way along the line, both of you, not just like her or me. Everywhere along the line there is somewhere where there's a knot that everybody gets caught at. But there's always a way around it, because if it's not a double knot, you can always undo the knot.
Yeah.
So you just find that place and work together.
Yeah. So how do you feel like so what do you feel like you taught her about life and / also in general?
I don't really think that you can say I taught her this or she taught me this. It's a combination of where you find that nice medium between the two of you, and if you can't find that, then bye bye.
Yeah.
You know, you've got to be able to find it. It's so you can't say, oh well, I taught her this or she taught me that. There's always somewhere where you both meet and you both do it together.
Yeah. So what are some pieces of advice / words or conversations that was shared between you and Nan that you will never forget?
I don't think you forget anything, but you don't pick out one part of it, because when you repair, it's you and them, you and her together, or you and somebody else together. You always find that if you talk it over, you'll find there's a happy medium between the two of you.
Yeah.
Even if I went out in the garage and done something in the garage and then come back and we had another discussion over it, but yeah.
Need that little time to settle down and let things
yeah.
simmer out before you.
Yeah, you shouldn't. As they say, take it to bed with you. You know, find out what's wrong and talk it over. You know, sooner or later you'll find something that will where you'll be able to meet together in the middle of it.
Yeah, I didn't know if there was any conversations, even if it was like over dinner or like when you was in the caravan or just something where you're like, oh, I'll never forget this conversation we've just had.
No.
And it always comes back and
no.
rings on you.
It's because you always find some way of compromise, I suppose, would be the wrong answer, but a combined effort. You always find it. If you want to be with that person, you will always find it.
Yeah.
You won't go either side of it. And after a discussion, you might have to talk to somebody else, but it's you can always work it out.
Yeah.
You've got to be able to work it out. Otherwise, bye-bye. You'll be gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's nothing you can say, well, I told her to do this or she told me to do that. If you'd have had somewhere along the line, you would have thought, well, I'll do that in any case. But you don't come out with it like that. You just go on and you do something.
Yeah.
You know, you don't, like you find some people will argue over it. But what happens at the end of the argument? You either fight or you make up. So why not smooth it out?
Yeah, just make up.
Between the two. You know, it's, but that is not everybody's way of doing it. But a lot of marriages and that would last longer if everybody was to sit down and discuss it.
Yeah.
You know, and in the end you finish up knowing what they would want and they know what you would want without having to get to that stage.
So what was your favourite thing to do together then? What was like your thing that you just always really enjoyed to do?
That's a good one, that one. Because if you was like me and Chris, we used to enjoy doing things together, but there was never anyone that was really particular. You know, it's you enjoy it at the moment, and like teaching her to drive. We had some squabbles over that, but there was one we went to see what was my best man. His mum and dad lived in Gravesend, and we went over there. And I had the little green minivan, so we was in here, and we come up to a roundabout on a hill, and she stalled it, and she kept saying, "I'm going to get out." So we both got out and left the car in the middle of the road, and eventually she got back in and drove it.
Yeah.
But those sort of things you remember, but everything else, if you're getting on well together, things will go wrong, things you'll say that you don't mean, but it's whether you can make it up at the end of it.
Yeah.
You know, it's. But there was, you know, times like when Ma had to have the ramp put in.
What, up over it?
Over there.
Was it in the back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Coming out the back door because you
Into
couldn't
the
get out the
conservatory.
Because you couldn't get into the garage if you come out the front.
Yeah.
So they come out the back door and then went down the side, and you know, all the family worked on it. You know, it's pushed Tony in the cement because he pushed me in it, and then everybody laughed, and then I suppose really the most everybody got together in that time was Christmas, when we all went round to Mars at Christmas, and it's to have Christmas, Boxing Day dinner around there, and it's everybody got there then, the whole family, you know, so it was all together, shall we say.
I think the reason why Andy asked, because that, from the comment, was asking what happened 53 years ago on his birthday. Now, I think what he's implying is, which leads on to my next question, can you remember what it was like to be told that you're going to be a father? So I think his question was implying his birthday.
Yeah.
So Andy is kind of lucky that that bit didn't get recorded, because he was like, oh, I can't remember what happened 53 years ago.
Yeah.
So the question is, can you remember what it was like to be told that you were going to be a father?
It was good.
Yeah.
Right. You know, it's you don't. You know, it's as I said about, because Abby was saying about the birthdays, and it's something that you don't think about when you're first told. It's something that sort of grows on you for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, that's what
and then all of a sudden you realise, oh shit,
yeah,
that means I'm going to have to work even harder because there's 3 of us now instead of 2.
Yeah.
You know, and you never think about what the wife's going to have to go through when you get to the other end of it.
Yeah.
You don't think about it then. It's only when she gets older you're around, when she's in labour and leaves her nail prints right across your hand, you know, because she's gripped it so tight. But it's, it's nice. I think the best thing is when you tell other people, you know, like your workmates and, you know, the rest of the family, you know.
Yeah.
I think that's probably better than being told that you're going to be a father of some sort, you know. And it's, and then as time goes on, then you think to yourself, well, you know, my mum and dad were divorced. And then you think to yourself, right, I've got to do better than that. And then you start, you and the wife, I can't say for what they think, but then you seem to grow that little bit closer, and you share a lot more, you know, different things. You know, what somebody said, oh yeah, what do you want for this, and you know, the baby for that, and stuff like that, you know. And in time you come together more, and if you can make it work, then that's good.
Yeah.
You know, it's Chris and I are 50 years plus. I go from there, because otherwise I might not remember exactly how many years it is. So if I go 50 plus, that's
you can't be wrong then.
That's it.
So was you scared then when you was told?
No, I wasn't scared. I was a bit apprehensive about it.
Yeah.
Because what's going to happen? You're going to have somebody else that you've got to look after.
It's that fear of the unknown, really, isn't it?
That's it. Yeah. But once you start getting all the stuff, and then when they're little ones, then that's nice, you know. And then you've got to tell everybody, oh, I've got a little boy or I've got a little girl, you know.
So was it that feeling of, did you ever have that feeling of you didn't feel like you was ready? Or it wasn't the right moment, or?
No.
Because I know some people feel that. They're like, oh, I'm not ready yet.
No. We wanted, Chris and I wanted a boy and a girl.
Yeah.
Whether we got two of one or two of the other, two boys or two girls, we wasn't worried, but we did really want one of each. And it's between the two of us, we thought, oh, well, that's all right. Then we got the boy coming. But then when the girl starts coming along, and you think to yourself, oh, I've got all those clothes for boys, you know, what am I going to, oh, I'm going to have to go out and buy another.
Yeah, buy another set, yeah.
Oh, yeah, but it's nice, you know, especially, well, except for when I wake you up in the middle of the night, but, you know, Chris used to make the bottle, and we used to have the heater to put the bottle in. And I used to have to wake her up to tell her the baby's crying, it wants food, you know. And then I'd go back to sleep. Big brave daddy going back to sleep, you know.
So when you're told that you're going to be a father, and that time frame leading up to the actual birth of the child, does that bring back childhood memories and make you think about how your own dad raised you?
Yeah, you just from me, you know, everybody might be different. Some people might be different, but you think about what your childhood was like, and whether it's good or bad, it doesn't matter which it is. Then you want to be, if it's good, you want to be like that.
Yep.
If it's bad, you want to change it and make it better. So you actually think to yourself, what do I want to do? And if it's not putting yourself out too far, you do what you want to do, but looking at what happened to you when you was a baby, you know.
Yeah.
But that's just the way it happens.
Yeah.
You know.
So do you sort of look at the way that you was raised and think, oh, I want to take that bit from that. I don't want to do that way, but I want to maybe adapt it and do it my own way this way.
Yeah, you know, like my mum, took most of, up until I was what, about 11, I suppose. We was 5 when Dad left. I was 5 when Dad left. And my mum had to bring me up from then until I was 10, 11, when Mum married Dave, my stepdad. And then I started taking stuff from him because I'd only had Mum's side of it before.
Yeah.
You know, and well, he didn't show me how to do things, but I used to watch what he was doing. And if I really got stuck, he would always show me how to do it. So I took that from him and made the family thing out of that.
Yeah.
You know, the whole thing. And it's more like Andy now, he's doing everything for himself, you know. And it's shame I can't give him a hand now, because I ain't got the strength for that to help him out. But yeah, no, you find, I wouldn't say a happy medium, but you use the knowledge that you've gained from being young to whenever it is you get married.
Yeah. So do you try and replicate certain things, or like in your own parenting style, or is it all just like one big massive learning curve?
I would say you never stop learning, because your children will never do what you do. They'll always do it their way.
Yeah, I saw a thing. It was like you're being a parent isn't about getting your child to do what exactly the way that you want him to do it. It's about guiding them to find their own way of doing something.
That's it. It's like, I wouldn't say it's bad, but you find that a lot of people, mainly men, if they want them to do something like they're doing, is they'll guide them in that way instead of letting them find what they want to do.
Yeah, and half the time they're not even that good at what that thing they're trying to guide them into.
Yeah, you just. But if they get into trouble, then you're always there to help out, no matter what.
Yeah.
You know, it's something that you do. You know, if they want help, if they ask for it, fair enough.
Yeah.
You know, if not, well, don't jump in and say, oh, you do it this way. You know, if you see they're in trouble and they go, God, I don't know how to do this, you can say, well, do you want me to help you? You don't go and say, you do this, you know, because otherwise all you do is put their backs up.
Yeah.
And you finish up then not having anybody around, you know.
So then you mentioned briefly earlier about the obviously the pregnancy process. How actually was that like? Did there any moments to stand out where maybe you'd done something a bit wrong and Nan like
I was
told you off for it, or
nah, that one is an easy one to answer because I was always doing things wrong.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. When you're a parent, you've got your old parents to guide you, but 99% of the time you're on your own.
Mm.
And you have to find how you do it.
Yeah.
You know, and it's as long as you don't dangle them by their feet over washing their hair, and you want to rinse it and you haven't come over the bowl to rinse off their hair. You know, it's yeah, you can get guidance from all parents. Want to give guidance, and if you think you're giving them the right stuff, well, fair enough. If they think it's wrong, well, they'll go and do it their way.
Yeah.
You know, and don't butt in. Just leave them. You know, let them. You won't leave them to injure any of the children, but they've got to find their own way of doing it because every child is different.
Yeah.
You know, and it's.
You've got to let them adventure and explore and
that's it.
Be curious.
Yeah.
Is the correct word. A lot of people nowadays, they don't allow their children to be curious.
No. There's certain things you can't let them do. You know, like we used to play football in the street, cricket in the street, rounders in the street, ride your bike up and down the road because there wasn't so much people driving, so you could do all that. And families were more integrated. You know, you get kids now, they go on their phones. And basically, that's it. You know, where we used to go out with our mates and we'd go and do things. Like, I fell out a tree when I was cutting wood for the bonfire. And went home and said I fell out the tree, and Mum said, "Did you break anything?" So I said, "No." She said, "Well, you're all right then, didn't you?" You know, and that was it.
Yeah.
You know, it's
get back outside again.
Yeah, and go and enjoy yourself.
I remember for us, it used to be a punishment to be kept indoors.
Yeah, we always used to want to be outdoors.
You're grounded from going outside, and that'd be the end of the world. Whereas now it's like.
Now it's we'll take a phone away.
Yeah.
But there was university done something last week, and they took the mobile phones away. Ones the kids, you know, the top of the range jobs.
Yeah.
And they gave them ordinary little ones like I've got, and You can ring in, you can ring out, and you can text, but that's it, you know. And some of the kids were saying, yeah, we don't want to go back to our other one now. We use it because it's for schoolwork and that. But other than that, they didn't want to use it.
Yeah.
You know, and it's, those kids were probably going out and seeing their mates. And
Yeah.
But that's the way life goes, isn't it?
Exactly that. So then, of course, along comes Andy, the firstborn.
Yeah.
What do you remember about the day?
I was at work.
Was it actually, did Andy come on the day that he was meant to come on, or was he late or early or anything?
Well, according to Chris, he come when she wanted him to. And Tony, she come when she wanted it to.
Yeah.
Because it was on Linda's birthday.
Mm.
She said, you got one on your side, and then I want one on my side. And but I was at work. And I got a phone call. And I come home. And the time it used to take me to go to work, I cut it in just over half the time to get to Alston Hospital.
Yeah.
Speed limits weren't around then. And went straight up, went in with her. And
Who took Nan in? Who took Nan in?
I think we took her in.
Yeah.
And she, can't remember that bit of it too much because I was rushing around like mad.
Yeah. There's a lot going through your head at that point, isn't there?
And the worst bit was it was cup final day, and the women wouldn't let me go in the day room to watch the football.
Who was playing?
West Ham and somebody, and they wouldn't let me in. I had to stand outside and look at it through the window. But yeah, Chris was she wasn't, you know, it's painful for all women, it's painful. You know, it's even if they have the old lumbar punch of needle, you know, which deadens the bottom half. You know, it's still nasty for them.
Mm.
You know, blokes don't realise it. We just think, oh, well, it's going to pop out and that's it, you know.
Yeah.
But it don't happen like that.
No, some can take hours, if not days, can't it?
Well, my mum, when she had me, she was in labour for 36 hours.
It's mental.
Yeah. And then I was born, and she probably regretted it, but it's something you enjoy when you sit there and think about it afterwards, but not while it's happening, you know.
Yeah.
It's although the woman is going through it all, the pain of it. Sometimes if you go in with her and she holds your hand, she gives you the pain with her fingernails. You know, it's
Transfers it.
Yep. And I think about 90% of women turn around and say, "You're never coming near me again."
So what goes through your mind then on your way to the hospital and stuff like that, and when you get into hospital and in the waiting room and
yeah, it's every person will think differently. It doesn't matter who you are. Different things will come into your mind.
yeah.
You ask questions, what could go wrong, blah, 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 you know.
Yeah.
And you hope that it doesn't happen. And as I say, you can't say exactly what you was thinking, what you wanted to do, where you wanted to go. Because if you come out and had a cup of tea or something, or like me coming out and going to watch the football through the window, he could pop out before I
During
even
that
got
time,
back.
yeah.
You know, it's only the nurses calling you that you would realise that it happened, you know. But Yeah, I think the pain for the woman is, if you want to be with that person for the rest of your life, it's the pain that the woman goes through when she's in labour. You don't think of much else.
Yeah.
It's some people can't even take it at all. They have to go out. Well, that's unfortunate, but you can't help it. That's something you can't take. You don't know whether you're going to take it or not until it comes along.
Yeah.
And but most people, they go in, sit there with them. Even when they do, when they have to cut them open to ike it out, it's most people, well, most blokes will sit in there and, they can't see what's going on because there's a big screen between them and where the doctors are operating. But yeah, and I suppose really you don't fall into anything until you hear the cry of the baby first time round. It's that's nice, because the pair of you are there and the pair of you hear it together.
Yeah, I was going to say that was going to be the next question, is what is it like when you first see/get to hold the child for the first time?
Yeah, it's all wrapped up and passed around.
Yeah.
Husband and wife, it's then they take it off and weigh it and check it all over and put it in a crib and
yeah, check his heart beating and all that stuff.
Everything was working right.
Airwaves and all that stuff.
Yeah. It's nice to, for the husband to be there. Then you realise just how much they're going through for not for just you, but for you and the baby.
Yeah, for the future of the family. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It's nice. And you see all the nurses smiling after a while.
Yeah, because it's good for them as well, because they know that they've done their job correctly as well.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, that's another family that we've helped.
That's it.
They get in that, because the thing is with a midwife, it's not the most highest paid job in the world, is it? But people get into that industry because they want to help people. They want to almost be of support to someone and actually show that they've given something back to the community in a sense.
Yeah, it's nice for them, if everything goes okay.
Yeah.
It's only when they start to worry when something's gone wrong, and they feel it as well as the parents that are there.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah. At the end of the day, it's a newborn.
Yeah.
Kid at this.
And he can't do anything for himself at the time.
It's defenceless and it's relying on all of the other variables to go well for it to survive, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, but we will leave that there for today's episode.
Oh, good.
So it's a nice.
Now to thinking to myself, I need a wee.
This is perfect timing. So that was just a nice little introduction into.
And I didn't cough all the way through till the end.
So that was just a nice little introduction into getting into the kids and that sort of thing, and also a nice intro into Nan and stuff. Some of the recording did get messed up. My fault again. Actually, I don't think it was my fault this time. There's something to do with the phone, because I clicked record. 15 minutes of recording on one. The other one recorded the whole bloody time. What? So I will ask you a few of the same questions again, but obviously the viewers will not see that. Any comments? People, please do leave comments and questions down below that you want to ask Grandad, and I will be sure to ask them in future episodes and also give you a shout out for your comments. So any question is okay. It doesn't matter if they're funny or stupid or anything like that, because I'm sure we'll have a good laugh with it. So, yeah.
If you're lucky, you get an answer.
Yeah, exactly that. So.